There has been a disturbance on the internet for quite some time now. No, I'm not talking about Haley Welch and Hawk Tua. No, I'm not talking about the TikToks that I used to do. But today I'm talking about somebody with a terrible reputation. And I don't even believe the word terrible justifies it enough. I'll let you decide, and hopefully you have your opinion by the end of this video. You may or may have not seen this person roaming the internet, especially on TikTok. She's known for being a little stinky, but allow me to introduce my special guest for the video. She's under my desk, she's a little scared, but allow me to introduce the guest.
Using my rose toy. I'm using my rose toy.
And before I get into this video, I want to be serious and throw a disclaimer out there. This video is going to be covering sensitive topics that may be unsettling or triggering to some people, such as racism, animal abuse, predatory behavior, etc. Viewer discretion is advised. Now, with that being said, let's get started with the controversies of the infamous 30-year-old lol cow, Tophia Slidell. First, let's talk about something more funnier, on the funnier end. I want to talk about her hygiene. Now, Tophia is not the best at keeping herself clean, and when I first heard this, I was surprised because look at her, she looks very hygienic to me. And Tophia has an outstanding resume. She worked at Dunkin' Donuts, and notice how I say worked. I don't know how long she had the job, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't for long. But what really matters is the reason she got fired for. She went on TikTok live with another creator, and in this live, the creator asked why she got fired. And here's why, according to Tophia.
Is, can you talk about, you worked at Dunkin' before, and they said, what happened to Dunkin'? What happened there?
Oh, because I made a video where one time my boss bullied me because she tried to say that a customer called in and said I smelled really bad. And I had made a video talking about my horrible experience with Dunkin' and how she treated me because of my disability. So I made a video explaining that she tried to say a coworker called in and said a customer called in and said I smelled bad, and another coworker said she's lying. This lady was like treating her workers really badly. And so then because I made a whole video on it saying that I got fired over cheese.
So she says in the clip that the allegations of her being fired because of her hygiene were false, and how she got fired over some cheese. It was all a huge misunderstanding, you guys. We're such assholes. So
The day I got fired, she said I had hygiene issues.
What?
She said I had issues. She goes, I just go sit down, I just talk to you, whatever. She told me I was raping, like eating vegetarian, which I never did at work. I'm gonna send you home, I'm gonna suspend you and see if you're gonna come back to work or if I'm gonna fire you. So I was like, okay, she goes, I want you to sit inside because I don't want you to get upset and it bothers all the customers. I want you to go sit outside. So I was like, okay, call your right, tell me to come. So I called my right and told me to come. We filled out the slip. She had a witness go out that I was suspended, and so then I went home.
Not a good look, Tophia. And is it normal, by the way, for foreheads to be itchy? Because I find it so ironic if she's dropping those heavy air quotes on the words unhygienic just for her to be scratching the fuck out of her forehead. One of the many things that you're gonna see and learn about Tophia in this video is that she's a habitual liar and overshares everything. Like, I don't know what caused her to share this information with the internet. Keep in mind that that video was made 6 years ago. To my knowledge, she was not infamous at all yet, and if that happened to me, you would have to beat the living shit out of me to get that information out of me. And her disability that she talks about, she doesn't have one. She's undiagnosed. Another lie. And now some people try to give her the benefit of the doubt when she says this, like being unhygienic in the workplace could mean not replacing gloves when necessary, for example. So I'll leave that for you to decide.
Did I wipe? Why would I need to wipe if I didn't mind?
Like I said in one of my previous videos, I'm not a girl. I don't have a but after searching this all up and ruining my search history for y'all, it's necessary after doing the number one that you wipe. Another character that you're gonna see on her lives is Tophiachu. And Tophia and this character have had a lot of collabs recently. And by the way, before I continue, it's important to be reminded that roaches are actually one of the most common house pests. So in a way, if you stumble across one every once in a while, it's considered to be okay. But if this appearance is persistent, that's when it starts becoming a problem. So because Tophia and Tophiachu have been having a lot of collabs, this raises a serious question of the state of her house.
I tried to do space buns, they just look really weird. For some reason on me, I tried. It just doesn't look right.
And I just said, hey, would it be too much to ask? I don't know what kind of shape Dave's in.
Look how she reacts to it. Replay the clip. She sees the roach, doesn't flinch, ponders whether or not she should smash the roach with a cup, and even drinks out of the same cup the roach climbed on. Disgusting. Now, I want to talk about her diet, and at first I wasn't going to talk about her diet because I didn't want to shame her, but after learning the things that I know about her now, I don't give a fuck. All I see her eat and drink is terrible food for your health. And it's okay to indulge in some fast food from time to time and be unhealthy. Like just yesterday, I had the new Taco Bell Cantina menu. It was bomb. Moderation is beautiful. But there is literally a 45-minute video compilation on YouTube with her just eating and reviewing junk food.
I just have a feeling it's just going to be like the white popcorn, except Cheetos flavored. I'm sorely disappointed.
And when I looked at Tophia, I noticed that she looked very old for her age. She's 30. At first, I thought about like, oh, maybe it's genetics. But honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if it's because of her diet and she's lacking essential parts like water. And it probably contributes to her wrinkles that she has. She's a Mountain Dew fiend.
Now we're going to add 1 cup of Mountain Dew. Ten out of 10? Wait.
And her health has been a concern for her for a while, and she had open heart surgery when she was around 5. And she even live streamed in a hospital, I believe sometime last year, for having some fluid in her body. And you would think Tophia would at least try to maintain a good diet for her health and her well-being. No, she doesn't care. And this lazy attitude of hers just bleeds in so many different aspects of her life. I used to be a big boy and I lost the weight. I lost 50 pounds. It's hard, but if you want it, you could get it. Now, after knowing this, I want you to imagine that you're going to Dunkin', getting that cup of coffee to wake yourself up, and you see Tophia working behind the counter. I guarantee that coffee is not looking the same anymore. Now I want to switch it up to something way more serious. Tophia had a pet dog and her name was Hershey. She's a Chihuahua mix, and if you're updated in the Tophiaverse, you'll notice that Hershey's always in a state of fear and aggression. Poor Hershey's always growling at Tophia and her different family members, and it's very obvious that Tophia doesn't take care of Hershey. But according to Tophia, Hershey is well taken care of.
Hershey had a good life. She enjoyed stuff like her bacon strip treat.
But how can you say that when there are multiple clips of her on live abusing Hershey? The most well-known clip of her abuse in the Tophiaverse is how she hit Hershey with her dirty fucking hairbrush.
Mom, it's okay. Okay, whatever. She's not allowed to have that. I'm not gonna pause my live stream because you're worried people are gonna say, oh, you abuse your dog. Let go! Stop it!
And notice how Hershey was growling the entirety of that clip. That recording was around 4 minutes long and she didn't stop. And here's a clip of her throwing Hershey. Now, animal control did get involved, which Tophia did talk about, and I don't know what they were seeing, but they didn't intervene because they didn't find any signs of abuse with Hershey. But I can tell you and even show you that her living space is not suitable for any kind of pet. Like, she doesn't even clean up their business. She's that lazy.
No! Why did you do that? You know where to go.
What?
You don't do that!
He recruited others to join him.
Over
Quit their
there.
jobs.
Because that's there.
It's what we do.
I don't know why.
They roam the hood,
I don't know either.
challenge authority. They made a lot of people uneasy.
I'd never seen Hershey do
Community
that.
leaders.
She peed. There's nothing we could do about that. It's in the carpet. Do I care? No, that has to dry up. We don't have anything for the carpet to clean it up. You have to have a carpet. You have to have a thing to put in the carpet. We don't have that. We're just gonna put something there to dry it up, and it's just gonna dry it up. There's nothing to do about that.
And something on a more funnier note, Hershey allegedly pees in cups, and as we see, Tophia isn't the brightest crayon in the Crayola box, so it would be easier for her to confuse one of these cups for Hershey's cups.
Tophia mistakes her drink with Hershey's pee cup and had to drink it to act slick.
So,
McDonald's has no clear yellow drinks. What? She probably just reused the cup and put another drink in there. She is a Mountain Dew fiend, and that is not the color of Mountain Dew at all. So maybe it was another drink, but it's funny imagining that she took a big gulp of dog piss and she tried to act slick. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say fortunately or unfortunately, but Hershey ran away from Tophia's family.
Just a week ago, it's been about a week ago, there was some people here with a big black dog, right? I was sitting here, the door was cracked open. Oh, we lost connection, see? So anyways, I was sitting here, the door was cracked open, and I hear, you know, like two dogs fighting, like attacking each other. And I said, that's Hershey, because I recognize Hershey's growl anywhere. And so this big black dog ran up to my mom, ran up to Hershey. The door was cracked open. I thought, because the area we were in, I remember I had seen wolves and stuff, so I thought it was a wolf. Until I looked, I got up to go out the door to look. This black thing went that way, this black thing went this way, Hershey went this way. I opened the door, and there's this big dog chasing Hershey. And me and my mom managed to get the dog in. Excuse me. After we managed to get the dog in, I went real quick to close the door. Oh, we lost connection. Hopefully we're back. Sorry guys if it's bad connection. I'm trying. So we went real quick to close the door, right? Because I said I have to close this door. This dog is gonna come back in. Like I have to hurry up and close it. So I went to close it real quick. The dog busted the door open, threw my mom on the floor. My mom's on the floor, having a hard time trying to get up. This dog, I don't know if it was before or after, had leaped over the bed. I can't remember because everything was happening so fast. I bent down because I had Hershey's leash to pick up Hershey, and Hershey broke out of her collar, leaped out of the room, went running, and she was inside, right? I was trying to make sure this dog wasn't going to eat any other animal. I didn't have anything on because I had, well I did, but I mean my like pajama shirt, whatever, I had. And so I had to hurry up brushing the dress to go chase after my dog that ran. Yeah, Hershey's gone. She ran. We lost. Wow, wonderful.
And notice how she was crying and she was wiping away no tears. She did have Hershey for around 6 to 7 years, I believe. So maybe she did have some sort of attachment and love for Hershey. But you can say that you love someone or something, but it doesn't mean if you're not showing it. But apparently while Hershey was missing, she put no effort in trying to find Hershey herself, which again is no surprise coming from Tophia. She waited weeks until she brought it up again. And the reason I say fortunately is because I really hope that someone else took Hershey in and gave her the life that Tophia never gave her. And the reason I say unfortunately is because there were wolves around in that area, so the chance of Hershey potentially being hurt by another animal is pretty high. So Hershey's whereabouts are unknown at the moment, but I just hope that she's living far, far away from Tophia. But what if I told you that she somehow managed to get a foster pet? And I don't know who approved her for a foster pet, but she got a pet cat. The cat is known as Kitty in the Tophia verse, and again, Kitty was unsurprisingly abused by Tophia as well. She was thrown by Tophia.
At least I still have money. Ow! Ow! Get down! Ouch!
And keep in mind that Kitty had surgery. She wasn't fed.
Are you asking why the cat is like that? The cat had surgery. I think it was neutered. It's a foster cat, so he's not gonna be here that much longer.
And I don't have a cat, so I couldn't tell you if those sounds that I was hearing were normal, but the comments were saying how they never heard a cat sound like that. And she's just inhaling that sandwich while her cat is begging for food. Absolutely terrible. But Kitty does have a happy ending though. He got rehoused and is now away from Tophia's family and hopefully in a way better home. Now let's talk about Tophia's Asian fetish. Tophia loves Asians, and that's not anything bad. I love Asians too. But the difference between me and many others compared to Tophia is her fetishization. And as we already know, Tophia loves to make TikToks. And what she would do is duet these TikToks with these Asian men. And honestly, the TikToks speak for themselves. And that creator specifically would constantly be harassed by Tophia.
I knocked the dust off that. Hi, Miss Parker. Hi, boy. We gonna let me, Miss Parker? You say, honey? Huh? Nothing.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. And what makes this moment so significant in the Tophia verse is that he deleted his account. And a lot of people believe that it was because of Tophia and her harassment. And Tophia wanted to address these allegations and make sure that everybody knows that she isn't a simp.
Listen, I'm not a simp. But...
And like I said, she would obsess over these Asian men. And look at the insane number of duets she would do. By the way, she is not good at being an actor whatsoever and playing these roles. She plays them like these damn Tubi movies. And one day on live stream, Tophia was sharing her screen and we find two very questionable things.
Let's watch Encanto. Okay, hold on. I'm not gonna dare not.
First, it's her screen time. It's 16 hours. That basically means if she sleeps for 8 hours a day, she sleeps and exactly when she wakes up, she goes straight to her phone. That's crazy. And second is what she does with this screen time. And someone might be thinking, and at first I was thinking this as well, she's a grown adult, she could watch adult things, right? I agree. But then the problem starts to form when you find out what she watches. And again, she was on live and the same incident occurred, but this time it was with her search history. Ass f***ing, and the worst one, teen Asian. This is the problem. She is 30 years old, watching teen things. That's weird as hell. And technically it is legal. If the teen was over the age of 18 and legally consented to those adult things, it's okay. But this raises serious questions on Tophia's intentions. And those questions seriously need to be addressed because she was caught liking multiple things involving my on Instagram. Tophia was caught liking photos with underage characters in school uniforms kissing, engaging in with disturbing illegal age gaps, and engaging in explicit activities. She was caught liking a 14-year-old's post when she was 25. She was caught liking a thirst trap on Instagram. She duetted TikToks that were created by minors. She attended a Zoom call sleepover with And another thing that you're gonna learn about Tophia is she tries to divert the blame a lot. And like, for example, with the duets and the Zoom calls when people were calling her out, her excuse was it was okay since there were other adults doing it. But that's the dumbest excuse I've ever heard. First of all, those adults are probably just as creepy as her if they were participating in that bullshit. And second of all, it does not in any way, shape, or form make it okay that she's doing this because other people are doing it. She doesn't think when she speaks, and it's so clearly obvious.
I literally have to live this life personally. I know that person in real person personally.
Now this is gonna be a section in the video where I'm not gonna be doing any of the talking. I'm just gonna allow Tophia to talk.
What are we doing? Where people are calling me a you don't say anything. What are you going to do about it? It's not a slur. Maybe you should look up the definition before you speak. I don't consider myself a burnt color.
How is she getting money? Well, Tophia gets her income currently through TikTok because she refuses to get a job. And as I mentioned before, the only job she has ever had is with Dunkin' Donuts. She is 100% able to get a job and work, but she just refuses to. So in order to get money from people, it's either through e-begging or just flat out scamming her audience. Let's look into one of the examples of e-begging that she does.
So hi guys, this video is going to be very serious. I'm going to talk about a GoFundMe that I have. If you want to know more, you can read the description there. But basically, I had a neighbor who had been stalking me, posting videos and literally filming my apartment without my knowledge and posting it on TikTok. That is not the only thing they did. They worked with a troll who also lives here, who I don't know who that is, and got me evicted.
I love how she also forgets to mention that she was months behind on rent. That's why she was evicted. At first glance, it genuinely seems like Tophia needs help, but once you understand the context of the GoFundMe, I can't help but laugh. You know why she doesn't have any money? Because she spent thousands of dollars going to Comic-Con before her rent being due. And look at her again.
Hey guys, so yesterday on my live stream, you heard some very toxic things from my family. A fight ensued while I was live. I am not being kicked out right away. I do have some time, but with that being said, if you guys would like to send money, I don't like to ask my followers for money. I have to make sure that I have rent for month to month, that I have internet and a computer so I can continue to make content and do work for you guys, that I have food and furniture and things like that.
No one is buying shit from you. And this one is just so funny to me. Now let's look into one of her scams. So basically, she hosted a raffle on TikTok to give away merch. And the way that you would enter this raffle is by sending her money through Cash App or PayPal. And Tophia had a goal that she was trying to reach at first. And she said that if she didn't reach her goal, then she would refund her money to everyone. Turns out, she didn't reach her goal. And fucking surprise, surprise, she didn't refund. First of all, TikTok does not allow raffles unless it's for charity. And second of all, do you know what she did with this money? Apparently her birthday was coming around and she took the money and went to Topgolf with her brother. Bruh. And there are so many other things that Tophia does that is just upsetting, like victim blaming and baiting to get more sympathy from her audience. But she already lost that sympathy a while ago. Like, she's an awful human being who doesn't learn or even cares to learn. Like, I was doing research on Tophia like for a little while, and I would constantly see new shit that Tophia would do, and it's honestly incredible. You would think that she would either be off of social media by now or learn, and she thinks just because she has people that hate watch her live streams, it means that she has an audience that want to see her. No, they want to see you and your continuous fuck-ups that you do, because that's what people find so entertaining. And I don't know how she's still on social media, but on her Instagram, she's just spamming her stories, just talking. And this is probably because she has no friends, and the only way that she could talk to people is through social media. Look at this screenshot with the amount of stories that she posted, just talking about random shit. Like, the dots are small, and I saw the comment saying how it was around 90 or something stories. And the rest of her family members too, they're awful people. Each of the Slidells has their own controversies, and it's honestly just unbelievable. But yeah, this is the end of the video, and thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Tophiachu TikTok community on Reddit. They had all the info and more about Tophia, and it was all so well organized. And I suggest if you want to learn more about her, then you check out the community for yourself. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me who to do next, by the way. The top comment on this video is who I'm gonna try to do research on and eventually create a video on. And people said that they wanted my Instagram. I haven't created it yet, but I am by the end of this video. And I don't know what I'm gonna post. Maybe expose one of my TikToks that I used to do. But if you can, make sure to follow, please. Thank you so much for the support. We're at 3,000 subscribers and it hasn't even been a month yet. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace. Please, please like, comment, subscribe, and while you're at it, please turn on the post notifications. Please, 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 please.